Numbers don't lie. But what do they say about 2024? What's the most important number of this year and what does it mean? And how can this 10,000 years old wisdom of numerology help you to achieve your goals this year and have your best year ever? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Mystery Teachings. My name is Gergő. I hope you are well, and if you are new to the channel, then welcome, greetings, and namaste. Or if you are a returning viewer or returning beautiful soul, then hey, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. So let's talk about the art of the numbers, which is numerology, and more specifically, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of the concept of a universal year. We're gonna reveal what's the most important number this year and what it means and what to do with that. I'm also gonna give you a list of 8 essential points that we all need to focus on during 2024, and I'm gonna give you a strategy which is easy to follow yet powerful enough that will help you as a tool to achieve anything that you want to achieve this year. How about that? So numerology is an ancient art or esoteric science that believes in the power and the vibrations of numbers, because each number carries a unique energy that influences our lives on a daily basis. So understanding the meaning of the numbers and understanding numerology can help us to navigate through life and make the most of the energies surrounding us. Now, the fun fact about me when it comes to numerology, that just 2 years ago, if you told me about numerology and the importance of the numbers and their energies, I would have laughed like crazy. And that's what I did when I heard about it for the first time. I really ridiculed the idea that, numbers have meanings and numbers carry different energies and we can predict our future with numbers, until I had my very first numerology reading and I saw my numerology chart, and it was so accurate, it was so specific, so true, that I was literally shocked that this is not possible. That's what I said, that a piece of software cannot know so much information about me. It's just not possible, but it was in front of me, so it was super interesting, and that's why I dived deep into it. And even today I use numerology on a regular basis because it is a tool then that can help us to navigate through life. So I just wanted to mention because it's super important. So whether you are completely new to numerology or you are the master of the numbers, this video and this guidance will definitely help you to get the best year ever in this year, in 2024. Now, what is a universal year or a universal year number? Basically, in numerology, we have a 9-year cycle. Why 9? Because we have single digits from 1 to 9. So this is a full cycle, just like a 12-month cycle in a year, but in this case with numbers. And each number, so each universal year, has its own energies and has its own influence in the entire world. And the way we calculate the universal year number is simply by adding the digits of the calendar year together, and if necessary we reduce them into a single digit, but we don't need to do it this time because the numbers in 2024 are 2 plus 2 plus 4, and the result is 8. So this year's universal year number is 8. Now, before we talk about the meaning of this number 8, let me go back a little bit to last year, where we had the universal year number 7, and it's important to mention because this year is the continuation of last year, obviously. And last year number 7 was all about spirituality and spiritual practices and introspection, and spending time alone and calm down the mind and focus on ourselves, focus on our intuition, find out who we really are, what we really want. So having a clarity and a clear idea of why we are here, if you like. So it was more of a mental year, a spiritual year, but this year will turn into a more physical and more of mastering everything that we did in the 7th year and in the spiritual year. So this year is all about getting what you want and go for it. This is the year when we need to do the work, the hard work. And when it comes to last year, if you haven't done any spirituality or spiritual practices about this, don't worry. The most important thing to remember that whatever it is that you go for this year, when you go and do it and try to achieve your goals, you need to make sure that you do it and get it without harming others or falling out of your spiritual alignment. That's the most important thing. Number 8 is also connected to money and finance, because as I said, if you have financial goals, money goals, this is the best year. This is the best chance to achieve them, whatever it is. And obviously we can expect major changes in global markets, and we can expect shake-ups, if you like, in financial institutions. So maybe some banks will collapse, maybe some new financial institutions will appear. I don't know what will happen exactly, but this is definitely part of a universal year number 8, that when it comes to money, we can expect major changes in the world. But now let's focus on individuality and let's focus on you. And let me give you a list of 8 essential points that you need to prioritize and we all need to prioritize to have the best year ever in 2024. Number 1, you need to know exactly what you want. You need to be crystal clear about your goals, because achievement is a key focus for number 8. But if we don't know what is it exactly that we want, then this energy will be wasted. So we need crystal clear clarity about your goals and our goals. Now, another important thing is that don't limit yourself. So don't tell to yourself that, oh, I want to achieve this goal, but I know I cannot because XYZ. So don't give excuses for yourself, because as I said, this year is the best chance to achieve anything you like. So don't limit yourself and think big, dream big. Number 2 is all about self-development. So we need to understand that the best way to reach our individual goals is through self-development. Now, this year, basically, we need to focus on working on ourselves. So try to be the best version of yourself. And you can do a lot of things. Obviously, you can do inner work, you can do shadow work, you can do journaling, you can attend a new course, you can learn some new skills. It doesn't really matter. Self-development, whatever that means for you. Basically, I would recommend to invest in yourself because it will be worth it. Number 3 is about healing from past trauma. So you can do self-development by attending some therapy or asking for help. If there's anything in your past that you think you need to heal from, then it's important to do it this year. So don't be shy, go out, ask for help and heal yourself the best possible way you can, because obviously your mental health is important to achieve what you want to achieve. If you want to find out how to heal yourself with music and healing frequencies, I made a video about it, so if you want, check it out. I put the link in the description below. Number 4 is about habits, because habits are really powerful during an 8 years, so make sure that your habits are good ones. For example, addiction can be an issue during this year if you don't know what you want and if you don't go for it. But if you are clear and if you want to go for it, then being disciplined and being determined will help you to overcome this issue. So make sure you have good habits this year. Number 5, emotions. So in an 8th year, we may experience absolutely different emotions, from love to hate. Anything is possible, really. And this year is kind of an emotional roller coaster. So we need to make sure that our actions are driven by positive emotions and not negative ones. Number 6, it's also important to recognize areas of your life where you might be playing a victim. So whether if it's your workplace or your relationship, it's time to reclaim your power. And if you play the victim in any role, then it's time to get out of that situation. So don't allow anyone to treat you poorly, and don't treat yourself poorly either. That's very important. Number 7, you can make the most of this year by tapping into your inner strength and resilience, because you are much more strong and way more resilient than what you believe right now. But sometimes we forget that, and we don't find our deepest strengths until shit hit the fan. So it's important to remember inner strength, and you are much more strong and powerful than what you believe. Please remember that. Number 8, during this year, you might find that the universe will test you several times in order to bring out these strengths that I was just talking about. So this year is all about achieving huge success and achievement and abundance. It will be a kind of a roller coaster ride, if you like. So don't be surprised if the universe will give you some tough lessons, because you need that strength and you need to go through those lessons in order to achieve that huge success, whatever it is that you want. That's also super important. Now, before I give you an easy to follow strategy and a little bit of homework, in case if you are wondering what your most important numbers are in numerology, you can check them out in a free personalized numerology reading. I put the link in the description below. Now, strategy. So I want you to do some homework, and first of all, I want you to write down the following questions and answer them as honestly as you possibly can. And as I mentioned earlier, clarity is super important. So here are the questions. What changes do you want to call into your life in 2024? What would you like to achieve? Where would you like to go? How do you want to feel? And what sort of people do you want to attract? So first thing is that answer these questions as honestly as you can. If you answered all these questions, congratulations. And the next part is that you need to write down at least 8 clear goals or intentions that you want to achieve in 2024. If you want, you can put dates and deadlines to these goals. It's up to you, but write down at least 8 goals that you want to achieve this year. After that, I want you to write down 8 more goals that you want to achieve this year and next year. So 2024 and 2025, because that's the remainder of the current 9 years energetic cycle. And if you're done with that, the last part of the strategy is to write down 3 to 5 action steps that you can take right now or in the next couple of days to move towards your goals and move towards the prosperity and achievement and abundance that you wish for yourself for 2024. So I really do hope that this little guidance will help you to achieve whatever is your heart's biggest desire during this year, and I wish you the best of luck for that. And if you want to find out what else I predicted, and if you want to hear my worldwide predictions for 2024, then check out this video. I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time. Stay blessed.